Welcome back to the Transportation Sales Tax Program, also known as RoadWise. We're here at the Ralph Johnson VA Hospital in downtown Charleston. And we're here because this is one of our earlier projects, and we wanted to find out how well it's working for the residents who either live here or mostly come to the hospitals here. And we have as our guest today Hannah McCoy, and she works with the...
I'm a patient advocate. I work for the Office of the Director of the Medical Center.
So you're in direct contact with patients.
Yes, I am.
And they tell you whatever's on their minds.
Yes, they do.
I'm wondering, you were here before the project was started here at V and Courtney, and now you're here that it's been completed.
Right.
How are the patients feeling about all of this? Do they mention it at all, or do they just take it for granted?
The veterans, along with what happened here at the medical center, they're very outspoken about what goes on, especially prior to your project.
Yes.
There was a lot of water. You know, they had to come in early for appointments because if it rained, it flooded in the area. Now, they are so happy that they can come straight into the hospital with no problem when it rains.
You're not just telling us that, are you? It makes us feel good?
No, I'm not.
Really?
I'm telling you what the veteran has said to me.
Is that right?
Yes.
And they're feeling good about what's going on right now?
They're ecstatic about it.
How do most of them get here? Do they walk or drive or take a bus or what?
Well, we have most of them driving in. There's some people that live in the area that has appointments here that would walk in. And we also have a bus station right across from the medical center where water was at one time.
Yes.
And now it's not there.
And when they do come into your office, it's a positive experience, I hope, along with the other experiences that they're having when they get to the VA.
Yes, it is a very positive experience that they're having just coming into the medical center and not having to tread water to get here.
Now, how do you get here? Do you drive? Or?
I drive from Moncks Corner.
And do you, oh, wow. And then do you have to walk from a parking lot?
Yes, I do. So
did you experience any of these things when the weather was inclement?
The same thing that the veteran experienced, I myself experienced.
Now, there were several people who participated on a committee with our engineers and the like and helped to tell what they thought was needed in the area in terms of improvements, widening the streets, putting in walkways and the like. I noticed that the walkways have those I call it handyman, but it's something that lets them push a button and walk.
Right.
So that's not only for the general public, but for the handicapped.
Absolutely.
So what are you meet with handicapped, and I don't mean to put a title on them, but you meet with people who are in wheelchairs and the like. What are they saying?
They really like the sign where you can push the button to indicate that they need to cross the crosswalk, and it works perfectly. You know, they can get in their wheelchairs and come to the hospital from the parking lot without any water.
Without any water. Was that the big thing, the water?
Yes, it was.
More than even the widening of the streets here?
The widening was also an issue, however, but it was more of the water.
And now that's been solved.
Yes, and when you widen the street with that project, there was like some parking at one time where people could park their car in front of a meter in front of the hospital. That is no longer there, and that also has helped with the traffic flow into the medical center.
Oh, and I heard that the sidewalks would sort of buckle when
they
it
were.
was a rainy day.
Yes, they were. And now look at them. They're so beautiful. Everything is in sync. And the veterans don't have any problems with the sidewalk, especially if they're on a bike or walking.
Yeah, so you just get them inside and get them well now.
We provide the best health care in South Carolina for the veterans.
I hear you.
And that's what we're here for.
Thank you so much for talking with us. We're glad that the project is working out in this area. I'm talking with Robert Bailey, and he should know what these streets are like because he's ridden on these streets by way of a bicycle. And we wanted to find out what his experience was like. Plus, there's some other information I want you to know about Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey, you were a member of the armed forces.
Yes, ma'am.
And therefore, you served this country.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've also been a patient here at the VA hospital.
Yes, ma'am.
And in addition to that, you're working there for now.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do when you were in the Navy?
In the Navy, I was in supply.
Okay, and so I don't quite know what all that means, but I know you do.
Yes, ma'am.
What was that?
Supply, like unloading cargoes and bringing cargoes in.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
You've been around these parts or
All
around
my
this
life.
area all your life. You were
Yeah.
born in Charleston?
Born in Charleston.
Well, now you've come to this VA hospital, not walking, not driving, but riding your bike from time to time.
Used to walk.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
When you walked and rode your bicycle, what was the situation like for you getting into this hospital, either as a patient or as a worker?
When the weather was bad, it was kind of rough because the street was so flooded, especially around on B Street. And sometimes I have to take my shoes off, roll my pants leg up, and then walk my bicycle across. Then if I don't ride my bicycle, I catch the bus. And it was so hard for the bus because it was so flooded, waterways up so high, like 3 feet, something like that,
Yeah.
I mean, it was so high, the bus had to get on the sidewalk, roll up on the sidewalk in order for you to get on the bus. That's how high the water was.
What was the traffic like before this project? What was the traffic? Was it bumper to bumper or what?
Oh, yeah.
Is it still?
Not now, man. This company, they did a marvelous job. I mean...
Your Charleston County half-cent sales tax did
Oh,
this.
yeah. Sales tax did a really good job.
Imagine this. Charleston County and the city of Charleston, two governments working together.
Right.
How did that work for you?
They're doing a marvelous job.
It worked out well, didn't it?
It worked out well, yeah.
And it's still going on. The crosstown, I noticed that work is going on there. This project, B in Courtney, as we call it, with the RoadWise program, Transportation Half-Cent Sales Tax, has been completed for now.
In order to get things done, we all got to work together,
Yeah. So it worked out.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Right
project.
here, like I said, they did a wonderful job.
Glad to hear it.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for talking
And
with
it was
us.
nice speaking to you, too.
Really appreciate that, and enjoy the B Street improvements and the Courtney Drive improvements and
Yes, ma'am.
all of the other things around you. And I know that this is a wonderful hospital
Oh, this is right, wonderful
where you work.
hospital. Oh, yeah.
Again, thank you
Marvelous.
so very
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Thank you, too.
We'll be right back.